Hi guys, how are you all doing? It's actually a video I didn't think I'd be making, but it has been asked. I've been asked a few questions about a few different things now, and I was saying, right, seeing as I'm farming, I know it seems, common sense, but there's a lot of people that don't actually know exactly what a lot of what we're doing is about. Like during the summer there, one of the questions we were asked was, how do we get the silage for the animals for the winter? How do we have feed for them for storage? And look, I'm at it all my life, so basically I didn't think anything of it. When I was asked the question, I'm like, right, okay, maybe there is a few people out there that are not sure about the process of a lot of this stuff. Like, in the countryside, you have all different things going on. I'm going to start off with silage. Basically, you've seen the videos of me mowing the grass. The way the silage works is you let the grass grow over a couple of months. You fertilise it, spread slurry on it. Let the grass grow. You go out there with a mower on the back of the tractor, you mow down the grass. It's optional then if you want to shake it out, to head it out, to let it dry a bit, or if you want to leave it in the rows out of the mower. You then roll it up. You can either put it in round bales of silage, like what we're using here, or you can put it in the big clamp in the yard, or pit of silage. Either way, it works more or less the same. The pit takes up a bit less space than bales of silage will, but bales of silage are more handier for some people than others. Like here, on this farm here, the bales are ideal for what we are doing. So, after you bale it up and wrap it, or when you put it in the pit, when you put a cover over it, the silage matures over time. It turns from grass to silage. And I don't know the exact name of the process, but it goes from time you bale it, it's still green or whatever, to this here. That there is what's called silage. And that's what we're feeding the bulls here at home, as you can see. Now there is another process you can do after the grass is mowed. You can head it out numerous times and you can get hay, which is basically, whereas where you're at silage, with hay, you're drying out the grass that much, you're just baling it up and putting it into a shed to keep it dry for the winter. And the hay is used for feeding as well, but you wouldn't be feeding the hay to the likes of the bulls and that. You'd be feeding hay to the likes of cows that's about to calve down, or even calves themselves, or horses. Whereas silage would not be the best for, even for horses. Like silage, you wouldn't give silage to a horse. You give haylage, alright. And what haylage is, it's another process again, where you're heading it out, and just before you have it in the stage for hay, you wrap it. And that, like there's a question I was asked the other day, so I said, why not make a video and answer it? And as for the straw we're using for bedding, that's another question I was asked too. Where does the straw come from? I was thinking to myself, that's a bit unusual, but I might as well explain what I'm at. Everyone knows when farmers sow corn, barley and oats and wheat and all that. You see around July, August, September time, you see all the combines out cutting the harvest. And the combine is basically, how to explain it, it's a big factory on wheels. The front of the combine, you have the reel and the cutter bar. When you're driving across the countryside, you see the fields of barley and wheat and all that. And what the combine does, goes in, like the wheat is kind of, we'll say the barley, kind of a long stem, and the grain is on top, very top of it. What the combine does is it'll come in, it'll cut the stem about 6 inches above the ground, and when it brings in the stem, it puts it through the combine, and the combine thrashes out all the grain out of it and separates the grain from the stem, and the grain is put up into a separate tank and the stem is let down and out the back of the combine. From that, you're left with rows of the stem on the ground. That stem is called straw. What you do then is you go along with a round baler or a big square baler, and you'll bale up that straw and you'll store it then in the winter, or store it for the winter for the bedding, like I'm doing in that shed up there. It's preference too, like you have the big square bales of straw and you have the round bales of straw. We're using round bales here because it's the handiest, because even though we have no shed, we're able to wrap them. And that's what we're doing, and it's working out so far. But with the year that was in it, with the bad weather and the whole lot, plus the department and all that are giving grants for all these mass-produced grain suppliers to re-chop the straw back into the ground for nutritional value, which is even harder for the likes of me or a few other farmers to get straw in this country. And any straw that is out there is only Midland straw, and it's ridiculous prices. So that's explaining how silage is made, haylage and hay and straw. Like, there is other forms of bedding you can use. Like, lads are using rape straw. It's basically the stem from the oilseed rape rolled up and used for bedding, but it's okay, but the downfall of that is it doesn't break down or rot down like straw will. So it's in emergency use, I'd use it, but no, I won't use it here anyway. Even though we need bedding, I won't use it. Now there is another video I will be doing later on in the year. This is for all the non-Irish folk that watches my video. It's basically for heating for the winter. I'm actually going to bring you over to a shed now and show you what we use for heating for the winter. Right. In Ireland we have what they call bogs. I know there's bogs all over the world, but other parts of the world, you know, they'd be like swamps and that. But in Ireland we have a natural reserve of peat. Basically, where our fuel for the winter comes is from the bogs. Like, you have a big excavator come in, dig up and mix up the peat. Then there'll be a machine will come in, we call it a turf machine or a hopper. The excavator will load up the turf machine, and the turf machine will drive out to a flat bank, a flat area on the bog, where to put out the peat in rows. And what you do then is you go in, you foot the turf, we call it footing it, you kind of stack it up for it to dry. Like, as I said, there will be a video when this comes around in the time of year, but what we are left with when it dries is that. We call it turf, and we use that for heating the houses in the winter. And the way we store it is in a shed like that. When it comes off the bog, you load it into a trailer, bring it home, like that, bring it home, into a shed. Okay, the government are trying to outlaw the turf cutting in Ireland, but it's our history, guys. It's what we've done for thousands of years in this country. We use it in the cookers and solid fuel for the heating of the house. And I'll tell you one thing, it's like, that there is a range. That there is used for heating the house, it's used for cooking, used for boiling kettles and a whole lot. You can keep, any of you say you have oil and all that, we have oil here as well. There's a switch there for turning on the oil. We don't need to use oil that much when we have that. That there, it's, you have the oven there. A lot of people do cook, will fry stuff on top of that cooker as well. It's great for putting a pot of roast around the top and just or a pot of bacon. If you lump of bacon, put it in the pot there and let boiling that, 100%. It's the best you can have. Downside of it, you have ashes. I'd rather bring out a tub of ashes every day than spend thousands every year on oil. Like, a shredded turf there, that shredded turf, a couple of £100. if we were to heat the house solely on oil and rely on nothing but electricity for cooking, the heating bill would be in the thousands. The electricity bill, I wouldn't even like to think about where that'd be. But as I said, as this year is coming to an end now, 2023. I've done a few videos of silage and all that. But 2024, I'm going to be doing more videos of the process of how everything is done. It's kind of a how it's made series. Like the silage, I'm going to do one video on the silage and how it's made. I'm going to do one video on the hay and how it's made. Same with haylage, because we do make haylage as well for people. The turf cutting, that is going to be a video in itself. I know a few of you have asked me about the turf cutting, because I've explained before how I heat the house. So I am going to do a video on turf cutting itself, and it'll be, what I'll do is I'll do of how the turf is cut, what way it's dried in the bog, and how it's brought home and stored. And then what I'll do is I'll put it all together in one video and let you see it all together. And that's for all the non-Irish viewers, that you know what way things are done here in Ireland. We use firewood as well, but most of the world uses firewood. Like, there's other stuff going on too I will be doing videos about. I'm not going to say it in this video, but other ways we have heating, and the way we've been corrupt by the way we are buying some other fuel. But that's not going to be in this video. Anyway, I'm going to leave the video at that now, guys. I just said I'd do this video for one main reason. Someone asked me, how do you make that feed for the winter for the animals, the silage? So I said when I was doing that, I'd explain the hay and haylage. And another person asked me, where does straw come from? Where do you grow straw? I explained where the straws grew, and with straw you have the both elements of it. You have the grain and you have the straw. Obviously, I actually have, if you look back through my videos of cutting the barley, that is how straw is made. But as I said, this year I will show a process of it again. So not to worry, guys, I'll be doing better videos of it as I go along. There'll be drone footage, there'll be the whole lot involved, so don't worry, you'll all be brought along on the journey. So for now, I'm going to leave this video at that. I am not guaranteeing there'll be another video up before the new year, but we'll see how it goes. You never know what will happen. I could get a phone call, something interesting, and I'll video it. So yeah, guys, you know what to do. Comment, like and subscribe. Head over to I Do Agri. I Do Agri, great YouTube channel, and also great product there, the Livestock Doc. Go check it out. Thanks, guys.